So, I love to start these conversations out with story time. And we talked a little bit, just briefly, about our story and how we connected, but definitely want to dive back in there because I like to set the stage for, people who may be coming in from your circle, people who may be coming in from my circle, so they can actually get a feel for our connection. And then we all become family. Like, oh, okay, all right, I'm down for both. So I think you mentioned earlier the Power of Five, and shout out to Mark Coley.
Yeah,
And I remember Mark sent me an invite on IG for one of the calls that you all used to have. You probably still have it, but that night had, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna jump on. And I jumped on, and and you were there. Mark was there. Darren down in New Orleans.
yeah, Darren Lindsay. Hey, Darren.
Yeah. If
That's
you're
what
watching, what's up? And it was just a great conversation. And it was really in a season in my life where I was opening up to being more vulnerable and to run and to jump into spaces that were unfamiliar to me and people that I didn't necessarily really know, because it would be easy for me to be like, no, I'm good, thank you for the invitation, and make something up like I'm busy. But that was one of the first invitations. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna show up, right? I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna be present. And the fruit of that is, what people are seeing right now.
we see.
We see each other. Yeah, I can't remember what we talked about. That I know we were talking about entrepreneurship, and I think we were just sharing what we were doing and where we were at, and just like advice and tips. And then I think we connected. We all followed each other. Well, I
Yeah.
followed you all because you all were already, a part of the group. But I started following you all, and I think you sent me a message and said thank you for joining, and we just stayed connected.
Start vibing.
Yeah, start vibing. And it was one of those things where, like, people who may be watching, I know we're gonna be talking about connecting, and especially during the midst of a crisis, but just in general, I think the tools that you develop with general connecting or connections, you can take that into different scenarios because it's really a foundation. But I think one of the beautiful things that I love about our relationship is that it wasn't forced; it was natural, right? We checked in, hey,
Organic.
how are you doing? And it was really organic.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. I think one thing I'm still learning to overcome in digital space is being confident of who you are and where you are with your brand. And it's okay because sometimes when you look at people on social media, we think they're up here or we see their Instagram posts and you don't see their struggle. You
Hmm.
see their snapshot,
Yeah.
and it's like they're probably thinking the same thing. You
Hmm.
know, they don't know your struggles and you don't know theirs. So once you start having these conversations, you can, oh, like, this is two peas in a pod. Like, you have more common than you realize.
Yes.
Frustrations I have, I have shared single same frustrations or the times you go, what am I doing? Or there's doubt. And then you can also put it and say, no, Derek, you can do this. You got this.
Hmm.
You are the doer of your prayer. You have an audience. You know, like people and people as well. So it's definitely to offer a there. That's that are creative, innovative entrepreneurs. It's important that you have those people around you because you have the doubters and the naysayers and people questions. So are you still doing that podcast thing or how's that going? And it kind of
Hmm.
puts you gotta have that circle around you to insulate you for those days when you're not doing okay. They'll let you have that moment when you say, okay, step out of it.
Hmm.
And I talked to Mark so many times, or Whitney, or, on the phone, and shout out to Whitney Victoria. Y'all follow her on Instagram. That's my boo. But it's like there are times when I was just frustrated, literally crying. Mark was like, "Okay, you still crying? Okay, now it's time for you to do what you call to do." And he told me like, "I don't care about your crying," like literally. And it's like just later, I'm like, I'm so glad he pushed me. I'm glad we pushed me. I'm glad he pushed me because it's like you need that. You throw the towel, throw it back at you. You
Hmm.
have to go. You gotta have to do this.
No, definitely, definitely. I think, and you made a great point where when you talked about insulating your circle, having a circle that insulates you, that can keep it real with you, that can give you the advice that you need, but also help to support you when you need that authentic support, where you can be vulnerable, where you can be open, and where you can actually, really share, in true, rawness, like what you're feeling, and, being able to cry and them saying, okay, great. All right, you cried. Okay, now what we're going to do next, right? And get you back up, as opposed to, there's a lot of people, yes people out here, and a lot of people who just want to be down because they think or they see the potential in you or where you can be. And so it's like, you know what, I'm just going to try to ride
Some
on
people
ahead,
cheers for you just in case you win.
just in case you make it. Just in case you make it. That's a word.
Hey, I'm a post that. Y'all pay-
Yeah, we'll give you credit. Could be a
Yeah, y'all heard it here first.
you heard it here first. But yeah, some people cheer for you just in case you make it, and it's like, yo, it's interesting how sometimes people have you'll be surprised how much um, endurance people have for that possible outcome than just to be real and upfront and support you and get down dirty with you, right? They'll be an endurance friend until you make it, right? And that might take years. But it's like, well, if you're gonna do all that, then why not just be the real friend and be down there and then just do it from a place? But again, it's a lot of times it's where people come from, is people's experiences growing up, what they've seen, what they've been taught, and a lot of it sometimes is survival. And sometimes, it's just, hey, that's all I know, and so I'm just doing because I need to protect and save me, and I've never seen support from a place where if I get down there with you, that we both come up together. So, as I've grown, it's helped me to just have, gratitude, but also empathy for, people and their different journeys, but understand that I can still have empathy for them, but still protect my space and do what I need to do over here, and that they both can coexist.